First, thank you, and the most beautiful, I think, guide that we've had for over years. Dr. Vinnie Jauhari is here. She is Director Education Industry Worldwide Public Sector Team, Microsoft India. I'm going to introduce her formally, but I have to say this: Dr. Vinnie has led us from the front, literally, and we have seen her literally her leadership take us forward in education for over a decade now. And I think she works with both higher ed and K-12 with Microsoft India, and for over this decade she's notably done amazing work. Anyone in the field of education, I've not come across anybody actually who doesn't know Dr. Jory. And of course, she's been honored with the Greg Butler Award in 2014-15 at Microsoft Corporation for her significant contribution in the field of education in India. Beyond her professional achievements, Dr. Jory has played a pivotal role as a mentor, guide, and insightful leader, shaping the education landscape in both public and private sector. And I'm literally yet to come across a life which might not have touched. We highly value her, unwavering commitment, significant contributions, and I think the whole camaraderie that she has. And Dr. Vinny, your expertise and insights are highly regarded, and we believe that your perspective on augmenting learning via artificial intelligence will significantly enrich the dialogue. We look forward to hearing the keynote from you, please.
Thank you so much. Good evening to you. And I feel so touched and overwhelmed with that warm and affectionate introduction. In fact, it's been such a pleasure to be in this journey on transformation in education with each one of you. And I'm here with friends. I can see Anita ji. It's been such a long association for almost a decade and a half as educators. And Meenakshi, with you and the other education leaders, I think it's been a journey we are immensely proud at Microsoft. And every time we talk to Microsoft leaders at the worldwide level, there is one comment that they make every time: the passion of educators, the leaders and teachers in India is beyond compare. The kind of confidence, the kind of love that they have education. Every time they have interacted with a school in India, they've gone back inspired, and all that pride comes in from the hard work that each one of you has put in. And we are all on this path of revolution, working together and partnering together. And it's such a wonderful occasion, Meenakshi, that you've put together on AI, because as they say, we are in that moment of history where when we look back in time, we'll say life before AI and life after AI. And in education, I think there is so much that we can bring on board through leveraging AI. And I will share my screen, and sorry, I'll just take a moment and probably skip the video in the interest of time. I know we have very limited time to share our thoughts today. So AI is transforming education like never before, and the tailwinds are coming in from the new education policy as well, where the focus is on equity, on access, on learning outcomes, and empowering the students to be future ready. And Microsoft echoes that vision completely in terms of empowering every individual on the planet to achieve more. If you look at the scenario of jobs worldwide, by the year 2025, 145 million new jobs will be created. And these 149 million jobs will come in various new technologies that are shaping the new roles that are coming up by way of cloud applications, by way of AI applications, And every single organization amongst the Fortune 500 companies today are leveraging AI applications, whether it's banks, whether it's manufacturing companies, retail, and these future jobs. India alone is estimated to have a capacity of 28 million new jobs, as per the survey from LinkedIn, which pulls in data across multiple segments. And the top 20 skills of 2025 will be around resilience. With the change comes in ambiguity, stress. We need to have more tolerance, flexibility. We need to be able to work with technology and use it to our advantage, problem solving and ideation as well. So, in this changing dynamics, what can AI do for you? AI, it's not that AI has just evolved over the last few years, but the roots go back to 1950s, and it evolved as machine learning algorithms to deep learning and then generative AI. It's for the first time, it's not about a search, but it is about having a conversation with the data. So when you are, it's like having a personal coach with whom you can converse and you can get answers. It's not when you search for something, you get 20 different search options, but it is like you want to have a conversation with your mentor, with your coach, and AI can enable all of that. You must be wondering, is really AI being adopted at multiple places in the world? Yes, it is. In UAE, with the Department of Education, AI engine and AI tools are being leveraged to tutor the students, to give personalized inputs in their language, monitor how they are engaging with teachers, and to spur the curiosity of the learner. So while you may be using lecture plans or teaching plans, but beyond those lecture notes or what is taught in the classroom, a student may have multiple hundreds of other questions. For example, when you're talking about light, how does light really travel to India? How many to our country? How many years does it take? Is there a Do we know more about science that leads to the emanation, the light emanating from sun? So all these questions could be looked at. And then in Indonesia, there are about 525,000 students in the open school, which is engaging with in the higher education in Indonesia. There are instances of usage in US, in Taiwan, 30,000 students are learning English, leveraging generative AI. And Power School in Australia is looking at personalized learning pathways. In India, for example, AICTE, that is the accrediting body in higher education, they have developed an app called Anuvadini, where different textbooks, just like, there are boxes that you can see here. In one of the boxes, you can upload the book through a file. And if you want to get it converted into Telugu, Tamil, into Bangla, with one click of a button, the entire book can be converted into the local language. If you are sharing videos in a local language, it can get converted into multiple 22 Indian languages and more than few dozen languages, foreign languages as well. AI offers tremendous opportunity for education. There was a work trend index study that was carried out with professionals. 72% of the professionals struggle with having enough time in the day to get work done. 77% would use AI if it helps preserve the energy levels. And 56% are concerned that they need to upskill as to how they can use AI in their work. I think everyone wants to do more, but the number of hours in a day is limited. So any engine that can lead to better productivity, saving of time, and enables us teachers and educators to spend more time with the students is extremely valuable. So AI can empower every teacher, an education leader, administrators, IT professionals, and the developer community as well. So it's very hard to kind of share the thoughts within a span of 10 minutes, but I can just share, and maybe we can do a deeper workshop at a later point of time. But there are three broad areas. So one is you can accelerate learning. Instead of taking private tuitions, you have phenomenal resources available, let's say on a Diksha platform, NCRT materials, other materials. You can leverage AI on cloud, open AI assistant to enable learners learn in their local languages. It can customize in terms of reading aloud, voice inputs as well. And you can get coached beyond what is just delivered in a classroom session. You can increase efficiency of the teacher. So as a teacher, if you are, let's say, using 5 different files for creating your lesson plan, all your lesson plan, if you, let's say you want to present on environmental sustainability and you use the Copilot to say, generate a presentation on or using these files for on this topic, within seconds, you'll have the deck available with you. You want it more pictorial, you can give an instruction, it inserts pictures. You want to create an assessment out of it, it'll create assessment. And the best part is you have flexibility to monitor it or evolve it. And the third is preparing students for future. If students are going to go in higher education and in the industry, and industry is using these tools, then we need to enable and empower them. Yes, there are concerns, and we have not opened Copilot for students as yet. And still, we are very open and receptive to the feedback also as to how we can nurture and build on their creativity. At a broad level, you can create content, design it, accelerate automation. There are a lot of tasks. For example, sending standard emails or drafting responses to emails, creating minutes of the meeting is possible. Learning across languages is possible, creating virtual assistants that can support the student beyond the class hours, building AI literacy, predictive analytics. You can talk to the data. You don't have to be a data analytic to kind of make sense out of the data. With your reports, you can ask questions and reports can be generated out of multiple data that's lying in silos elsewhere to generate a report that makes sense. And also language learning and translation. I don't know whether I'm up on my time and would just like to share some of the links as well that all of you can go through. It's a theme that we can do as a roundtable or a discussion, and happy to host that at Microsoft for all of you. We handle AI with a lot of responsibility. We understand that your data is your data. Microsoft, when you're doing AI applications on Azure, we do it with a lot of responsibility. We do not share your data. We do not evolve our engines using your data. It is not used to train other models, and it is protected by the most comprehensive enterprise compliance and security. So while a open chatbot would mean when you're engaging with it, the data would go and be used to train engines, but with Microsoft Azure AI support, engines, when you use, the data is secured and protected and stays, and meaningful engines can be created that drive value to your school, to your teachers, and to your students. So I think AI can open up unprecedented opportunity to reinvent education. It can empower security. It can help your students and teachers leapfrog to achieve more like never has been done. And learning can be intensely personalized. Emotional well-being with the analytics, that insights that you get is not occasional, but on a daily basis, you can have the pulse of what is going on, how the students, teachers, parents are feeling. And these insights can lead to actionable decisions that can power your investments or changing the portfolio of investments. and the effort required is reduced because it's for the first time the technology is so much more humanized, and you can talk to it, you can engage with it, and lead it as your co-pilot, and that is why it's called co-pilot. And it is not going to replace the teachers, it is going to augment their capabilities. And with this, being sensitive on time, I would like to hand back the session to you, Minakshi.
Thank you so
Thank you for inviting me here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jauhari. No time is ever enough to actually leverage the wealth and experience about the future trajectory of AI in education that you hold. So yes, I apologize for the shortage of time, but I think the kind of glimpse that you gave us in AI-driven personalization experiences that you can leverage from the technologies that Microsoft has to offer has actually paved way for us to stay optimistic and look forward to leveraging Microsoft technologies. And I'm sure, my voice echoes with many in the room who will agree that we've always, we've always been highly dependent, rather, on Microsoft technologies to take us forward and keep us ahead. Sorry, keep us ahead of the learning curve. So thank you so much for enlightening us. And of course, audiences, if you have any questions, please post them in the chat window. Will be posting multiple links, and anybody and everybody's absolutely free to share any resource that you can. We want to enrich these conversations as much as possible.